Hello, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Thank you so very much for watching. Blessings upon you. I wish you a very wonderful and blessed day. Shalom, salam, namaste, peace. Please subscribe, like, share, comment if you would. You want to help support the program, you can do so through the Cash App, $American Doofus at all one word at Cash App. Some stories quickly tonight. We talked about how Americans were basically being held hostage on the tarmac at Kabul airport. And I honestly expected a lot of coverage of what was going on from the mainstream, but again, I said they were trying to end it before it blew up, so to speak. CNN didn't have much or anything on the fact that Americans and others weren't being allowed to leave. Today, a flight landed in Qatar after Taliban cleared Americans and others to leave Afghanistan. It was the first international flight out. Is this being downplayed because there's just so much going bad for President Joe Biden that this would be yet another knock? I don't know. But anyway, the good news is some Americans have gotten out, some other international passengers have been allowed to leave, and it could be a sign that everyone that wants to get out can get out that are not Afghani citizens, because the Taliban's basically said if they're Afghani citizens, they weren't going to be able to get out. Second story of the night.
These people are coming back to praise the people who were out to kill members of Congress, successfully causing the deaths. Successfully is not the word, but that's the word, of because it's what they set out to do, of our law enforcement.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi sounding the alarm as our nation's capital actively braces for the threat posed by Donald Trump's supporters, set to descend on the Capitol once again for a rally on September 18th. Capitol Police are now planning on reinstalling the fencing around the Capitol that was put in place after the insurrection on January 6th, as police continue to track intelligence indicating far-right extremist groups like the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers plan to attend next week's rally, which is designed to demand, quote, justice for the hundreds of people who have been charged in connection with the January insurrection. Justice for the hundreds of people who ransacked the Capitol, threatening the lives of sitting members of Congress and Vice President Mike Pence, and physically attacking, in some instances mutilating, tasing first responders on the scene. Let's bring into our coverage political White House reporter and co-author of Playbook, Eugene Daniels, and Clint.
So just wanted to show you that it's not just me anymore. There are others that are pointing to the fact that the potential for something to ignite on September 18th should be taken seriously. And speaking of taking things seriously, the 20th anniversary of September 11th, 2001 is coming up on Saturday morning. And I've got a little special show for Saturday morning. And we're going to look back 20 years to where I was and what actually happened that day. A lot of shows are going to be about New York City and about Washington, D.C., and justly so. And Hanksville, Pennsylvania. And again, justly so. But it impacted the entire country. And I'm going to have a guest on, and we're going to talk about that coming up on Saturday. Now, in case you're wondering what Donald Trump is planning on doing on Saturday.
Former President Trump says he wants to go one-on-one with President Biden in a boxing ring. Trump making the comments
while calling into a press conference to promote the boxing match that he and his son will do ringside
Notice the
commentary
picture
for
in
on
the
Saturday
middle.
night. Saturday night is the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks.
If you had to box somebody on Saturday night, who would it be and what would the fight look like?
Well, I had to say not only a professional boxer, because I'll take a guess on the professional boxers and you can appreciate your subject. But if you said, if I had to box somebody,
Anybody.
I think probably my easiest fight would be Joe Biden. I just said from behind the bar, he picked up over here. Now, I think Biden would go down within the first few seconds.
Up front now, Michael Eric Dyson, distinguished university professor of African American Studies at Vanderbilt University, and also author of the upcoming book, Entertaining Race, Performing Blackness in America. And Michael, I'm so glad to have the opportunity to speak with you. You know, when you think about 9/11, you know, I have young kids and I'm sort of starting to try to explain it to them, you know, and you tear up when you actually talk about that day. Anybody does. And Donald Trump has blown through every norm of behavior. We know that. But this is 9/11. It's a sacred day and it's a somber day for Americans on the far right and far left. It unites us in that grief. Has Trump changed the definition of acceptable, of normal, of presidential behavior this much?
He certainly has. Thank you for having me, though, Aaron. Absolutely right. Here's a man who has made normal what should never be accepted. Here's a man who has trampled upon the sacred deities of American civic life. Here's a man who has poured calumny, libel, hatred, and offense upon those who protect the borders of this nation. And I don't just mean the physical borders, but the psychological borders, the moral borders, the national borders, the democratic small d borders. And here again, he's taking a sacred moment in the collective American consciousness, 20 years after one of the greatest terror events in the history of this nation, and trampling upon it.
Indeed.
Hey, Lily, I need a new wireless
Well-
plan for my business, but all of my employees need something different.
Oh, we can help with that.
Well, hold
Okay,
on just a
imagine
minute,
this.
folks. We'll get rid of that. And sorry about that. It's the doofus show. Don't be a doofus. I mentioned the other night a story about Alexa. I'm just going to play this. It's 1.5 minutes long.
Alexa, what is the Antichrist?
The noun Antichrist can have a few meanings. 1, a particular personage or power, variously identified or explained, who is conceived of as appearing in the world as the principal antagonist of Christ. 2, an opponent of Christ, a person or power antagonistic to Christ. 3, a disbeliever in Christ. 4, a false Christ.
Alexa, is the Antichrist real?
This might answer your question. According to Wikipedia, in Christian eschatology, the Antichrist, or Antichrist, is a person prophesied by the Bible to oppose Christ and substitute himself in Christ's place before the second coming. The term is found 5 times in the New Testament, solely in the 1st and 2nd epistle of John. The Antichrist is announced as the one who denies the Father and the Son.
Alexa, who is the Antichrist?
I'd rather not answer that.
Alexa, who is the Antichrist?
I'd rather not answer that.
Alexa, tell me, who is the Antichrist?
Sorry, I'm having trouble. Please try it in a little while.
Alexa, where is the Antichrist?
Wagner Lamounier has lived in Brazil and was born in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, Brazil.
Just giving you something to think about. One last thing to think about. My new book launched on Kindle today, and there is a typo in the title. So this is going to be a collector's item, if you will, because there's going to be a reprint coming in the next couple of days. However, this won't be taken down for a couple of days. So if anybody's interested in a collector's edition, if you will, my latest novel came out. It's going to be coming out on paperback, and I'll be talking about the book. $4.99 on Kindle, and I will put the I'll put the link in the description. So if you are a one that likes to read books, I think you'll like this. If you are not, and you know somebody that is, pass the link along if you would, and help Doofus out. Again, giving you some things to think about there. You know, the fact that there was not a whole lot of mention of the fact that Americans are still there and we're waiting in planes to get out. But when a flight gets out, it's mentioned. However, it's taken down real quickly. The story is not one of the main stories on CNN online at the moment. It was breaking news this morning when it first happened, and then they kind of got rid of it. Like, we don't want to draw too much attention to it. Just something to think about. Washington, D.C. on alert. Not just me talking about it anymore. The fact that Donald Trump and his son are announcing a boxing match. I don't know. It's very unpresidential in my opinion. But he's not the president. Let's keep that in mind. And the more stuff he does like this, the less chance he'll ever be voted president again. And I personally think that's a good thing. That's just my opinion. I'm not telling you, you have to think that. We don't tell you what to think or how to think, just give you things to think about. And finally, Alexa seems to think the Antichrist is living in Brazil, and something to think about. You know, those of us that are Christian know an end time is coming. Those in the Muslim faith know an end time is coming. Those in the Hebrew faith, again, a happy new year to all of you in the Hebrew faith. The Jewish faith, they know an end time is coming. Could an Antichrist be here? You go to Nostradamus. Nostradamus said there's going to be three, Napoleon, Hitler, and one yet to come. And the last one will be the most dangerous. So just something to think about. All right. We're heading towards September 11th and a special morning episode on September 11th. I hope you'll watch that. I may be on live tomorrow night, Friday night. I may not. I'm not sure yet. Again, I got some stuff going on. So with the book and stuff. And if I am, I will put up a post and let everybody know. I thank you all so much for watching. I'm blessed to have the viewers I have, the intelligent, thinking, open-minded, willing to listen people. There aren't a lot of us, and I'm glad you're here. I thank you for watching. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus.